Back with Boxing Under the Stars. Let's go to our ring announcer, Steve Ferreira.
Fighting in the red corner from Port St. Lucie, Jim Sebastian Robles. And in the blue corner from the unattached gym, Christopher Otero.
Okay, so nice job by our ring announcer. Our third match of the evening is Sebastian Robles from Port St. Lucie against Christopher Otero. He is unaffiliated. And I am affiliated with Sean Flynn and Alden Kodash, who with me are helping call the action here in Royal Palm Beach, Boxing Under the Stars. So here we go, and they're off to a fast start.
Wow, definitely Christopher Otero came out and was first, and they're throwing a lot of punches early here for a couple of young men that are a little heavier, which is 145 to 139.
Yeah, I agree. Otero got off to a really fast start. You wonder how long he can maintain this kind of pace. But as long as he does, he's scoring points, and points are what win you fights. So he might be off to somewhat of a points advantage early in this bout.
And talk a little bit about the point scoring system, guys, in these PAL bouts.
So we have 5 different judges, I believe, and they score based on clean punches they see land to the body or to the head. There are some types of punches. The punches that snap boxers' heads back are very easy for a judge to score. So usually when you see a boxer's head snap back or clear, visible impact from the blow, you can almost guarantee that the judges will count a point in that direction.
Well said, Alden.
And a beautiful venue here tonight. It's almost a boxing in the round under the stars. A very unusual but terrific venue for this event in its 4th year and sanctioned by USA Boxing.
Something very interesting is going on here right now, too, is in the previous match we saw the sweet science of boxing and punching when you're in range and then getting out of range. These two gentlemen here are willing to stand toe-to-toe and exchange some pretty powerful blows. So this will be interesting to see how long this can last.
Yeah, I agree. I really think the way this bout is going, you could almost guess that the outcome will be determined by the boxer with the better conditioning. And so far, it's very hard to tell because both boxers are really giving one to take one, and it's hard to pick a winner after the first round.
And that is the end of the first round. So let's check out one of the corners and hear what the young man's coach has to say.
Down. Stretch out your legs. Stretch out your legs. You're doing real good, Sebastian. Real good. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. Relax. You're good. Separate him. When he's holding you, separate him. When you get engaged, when you're feeling you hit him a couple shots, don't get too into it. Just step back and then hit him again. You know what I mean? Okay. Relax, relax. Breathe deep. Deep breath. Relax. You got this, baby, okay? Don't get tired, all right? Now you're already in here. But you have 4 minutes left, all right? Deep breath. Remember, hit him with that right hand. Keep the right hand low. Throw 3-4 jabs at a time. Over and over. Cool. Don't let it down.
All right, there you have it. And back to this bout. It's Robles versus Otero. Otero in the blue, Robles in the red.
You know, and again, I believe it's Sebastian that is the southpaw. Christian got off to that great start, and Sebastian came back in that second round and made it a very close round.
Yeah, I agree, and I really think, besides conditioning deciding the outcome of this fight, I think the boxer who changes his approach and strategy and decides to box more from a distance and use lateral movement might very well have not only an easier time in this bout, but a better chance of winning it.
Well, you've got to think of the pace these guys have started in the first round, that it's got to slow down a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, they're just going to be dead tired.
We saw a little bit of that fatigue come through definitely in that second round with Christopher.
Definitely. A sign of fatigue in these boxers is starting to throw wider punches. Obviously, their hand speed is sacrificed, and it seems like Otero is starting to get a little more sloppy in his approach and is not able to throw as straight of punches as he was in the first round.
And talk about how difficult this is to judge when punches are coming just at such a breakneck pace.
It's extremely difficult because every clean punch is a scoring blow. So really, when you're landing at such high frequency as these two are landing, the only thing that you can tell to distinguish the boxers is how they react to the punches. If their heads are snapping back, and this standing 8 count is a sign that one boxer is starting to get the worse for wear of these exchanges, in this case, Robles.
And now, why would he get a standing 8 count in that? Because he was not defending himself properly?
The standing 8 count could be for anything as mild as just a referee thinking that your head got snapped back and you might be in a little bit of trouble. A standing 8 count, I don't believe it counts for any additional points in the scoring. It's not like professional boxing where a knockdown or a standing 8 count gives you a 2-point advantage in the round. It's purely for the safety of the boxers.
And the referee is going to call the bout. The standing 8 count went to the end of the second round. But I believe the referee is calling the bout.
Yes, and the referee may have saw something there when he was, speaking to Sebastian, looking into his eyes that caused him to realize that, okay, for the safety of this young man, we're going to go ahead and stop this match.
Well, his second 8 count came only seconds after the first one, and he dropped to his knees. So clearly something was going on there, and the referee felt that it might be dangerous for that young man to continue.
I think he was starting to get very tired, and it was getting harder and harder for him to avoid punches. And I think the referee's decision was based on a judgment call that he was only going to take more punches in the third round, and it was probably for his best interest to let him box another day and not take as many punches as he wanted.
I agree, and Christian there, actually, Christopher caught a second win there, which was similar to the beginning of the match. So, I think it was a good call there by the referee.
All right, let's go to ring announcer Steven Ferreira, who will make it official. He still has to get the bout cards from the judges, but here he is.
All right. What a tremendous bout this was. And we have a decision. The decision is the winner, TKO, the blue corner.
Okay, so a nice victory for Sebastian Robles. And we will be back with more Boxing Under the Stars from the Police Athletic League after this.
I think it was Christian Otero, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. Christian Otero from the blue corner was the winner, not Sebastian Robles. My mistake.